Thank you for tuning in to Terry Swoo Videos. On today's video, I'm going to talk about what happened to Julius Carry, the actor who played Shogun in The Last Dragon. Now, when I was a kid growing up in the 80s, my favorite movie was The Last Dragon. I absolutely love this movie. And Shogun was the best character in the movie, hands down.
Am I the meanest?
Sho'nuff.
Am I the prettiest?
Sho'nuff.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sho'nuff.
Well, who am I?
Sho'nuff.
Who am I?
Sho'nuff.
I can't hear you.
Now, The Last Dragon was produced by Berry Gordy, and it was directed by Michael Schultz. And as you all know, Berry Gordy is known for producing music for Motown. He produced some of the greatest R&B songs in the history of music. But he also directed and produced several movies throughout the 70s and the 80s. And The Last Dragon was one of the last movies that he worked on before he retired from showbiz altogether. Now, this movie came out in 1985, and it grossed $25 million at the box office. Now, $25 million is not a lot of money in today's money, but in the 1980s, that was considered a hit movie. It wouldn't be a hit movie today, but that was a hit movie in the 80s. And it's grown to have a cult classic over the last 30 years that it came out. Julius Carry plays the main villain in the movie, Shogun. And this is the best villain I ever saw before in a movie. This is the first time I ever saw a movie where I was actually rooting for the villain, because he was such a badass in this movie. Usually when most people watch action movies, they root against the bad guy and they root for the good guy. But in this movie, he plays the character so good. He plays the villain so good, he makes you want to root for the villain. This is how good he was in this movie. Now, Julius Carry played in various acting roles after The Last Dragon. He appeared on a few episodes of The Cosby Show. He was on Family Matters. But the only other main roles that he played in after The Last Dragon was Dr. Doctor. He appeared in 40 episodes of that show. And some of you may remember him from The Adventures of Brosco County Jr. This was a popular show during the 1990s, but it only lasted for a few seasons. And then in the early 2000s, he appeared in TV shows such as The Unit and Half and Half, various roles on different TV shows. He would pop up everywhere. But unfortunately, in 2008, he passed away from cancer. He was only 56 years old. And at the time, he looked healthy. He didn't look like somebody that was dying from cancer. But cancer is a disease that will just creep right up on you and take you out. The type of cancer he had was pancreatic cancer. This is one of the most deadly forms of cancer. There's some people that have strong immune systems and they're able to fight off the disease, but it's some people that you get it and you're dead within 6 months. I've lost so many family members to this disease. It runs in my family. And a lot of you have suffered from this with family members as well. And it's unfortunate that he died from this. But he was a great, talented actor. God rest his soul. A lot of people have different opinions about this topic. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.